Hello, Kaylyn.
Why, hello. How are ya?
I am good. I am prepped and ready for today's topic.
Yes, me too. Hi, guys. I'm Kaylyn.
And I'm Dr. Cynthia,
This is Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast,
where we invite you to come for the chat, stay for the healing.
Yes, a little later than usual this week. I don't know if anyone will notice, but a couple days behind because, it's just been one of those weeks, literally almost an exact week that my internet has been on the fritz of, I don't know what's going on.
And you didn't have rain, right? You didn't have a weather.
Well, we had rain, but we didn't have any storms. And that's our home internet went down Saturday.
Okay.
And it kind of came and went on Tuesday. I will say as of yesterday evening, it was back and solid. But even yesterday morning, it wasn't even solid. I'd be up for like 20, 30 minutes and then I'd get disconnected.
And we can't record no show with no interwebs?
No. And I even thought when I had texted you over the weekend, I was like, or I emailed you. I was like, there's no way that this is even possibly going to be an issue next week because that's days from now. Like it's the internet. That stuff gets fixed quick. No, it did not. It did not.
And what did you suggest was the reason for this in the absence of any storms?
Yeah, I believe we jokingly talked about Mercury in retrograde, to which I went, I looked at the calendar because I couldn't remember really. I was like, well, we're close. Okay, so we were a few days early. I think it officially on the calendar starts tomorrow.
Okay.
But I think I've had my fill of it already.
So
how about you?
I don't have a great deal of knowledge of what actually Mercury in retrograde is, but anytime anything wonky goes on with, typically in my universe, it's electronics, like your phone doesn't work or your iPad isn't coming up or you got computer glitches or anything. And I don't actually know what Mercury in retrograde actually means. We've always just said it kind of half-heartedly, jokingly. And then it's entirely possible that you jinxed me.
I'm sorry.
Because yesterday my air conditioning in my car went out. And I can't drive my darling Trixie with no AC. I mean, I don't care. I can roll down the windows. But
right. Well, and you guys are like unseasonably warm right now, aren't you?
You have my temperature, and I have your temperature.
Talking about heat wave. Yes.
It is 94.
It's nice
right now. Isn't that what we just checked?
Yes.
On the weather
and I
app.
think we were a few hours ago. We were 75 here.
Ooh, it cooled down 1 degree. See that?
and we got 76 degrees. It's beautiful. Does it show up? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
The high was 78 today, and we've already reached it, and we're going down. So yeah, that's strange because you normally have the nice 70s and dry, and we're muggy and gross.
Yes. So I know you've Googled. Can you share with the audience what you've learned about whatever Mercury in retrograde is?
The funny thing is, because you and I did talk over the phone earlier this week about it a little bit, and I should have thought about it because, one of my girlfriends could probably explain it like without having to go to any resources whatsoever, because a lot of them are very knowledgeable on that stuff and astrology and things like that.
Are these your friends that howl at the moon?
They are. Yes, they are.
You have to tell me about those or live stream at one time. That sounds amazing.
We will absolutely do something with them. But it was funny because you and I were talking and I was like, okay, let me look when Mercury, we were just talking about this in our girl group. Like we have a chat with all of us in there. And that text, and it was a week or two ago. It started with basically everybody get it together because Mercury in retrograde's coming. And from what I have found looking online is, I guess Mercury, like you said, affects is more like communications. So communications, electronics. I think I saw clear thinking, but like when you have email, yeah, I might have that problem more often than
but you have a
Mercury to
Bruce
blame,
brain
but
too, so
true. That's true. But it one of the I'm pulling it up right now to read from it because it was just hilarious, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it this quick.
And Mercury is a planet, right? Do we know which
is,
planet it is?
I guess. Oh, and the number? No.
Okay.
People are probably screaming.
It's also
right now
a god.
it.
It's also an element. It's
so
the
Mercury in retrograde is supposedly when it from the Earth appears to be going backwards, but I guess that's an optical illusion. It really isn't going backwards, but that's why they call it in retrograde, because the optical illusion is that it's going a different direction.
Does it spin?
Yeah.
Does it spin in one direction or does it spin gyroscopically?
I think it's gyroscopically.
Okay.
Like I said, people are probably yelling right now. I got it. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, feel free to chime in, send us information in the comments.
Right. Yeah.
We will reply.
Yes, we will. So one of the girls had talked about, I'm trying to find it now because it just was too good, talked about panic cleaning and wanting to be prepared for Mercury in retrograde, like trying to be prepared for it.
I need to stew in panic cleaning for a second. Just a moment. I need to.
right.
Because I'm enjoying that. And for somebody who's very organized, I was going to say pathologically organized, as I am, somebody that panic cleaning, I'm cheering. Like, yes,
panic cleaning. And okay, here it is. So one girl said, yes, that she was, oh my gosh, I just had it, panic cleaning to be ready. And then somebody else said, well, when is it so I can be prepared? And somebody else chimed in. Oh, here was one of the funny ones I read to you. There's no reason to fear Mercury retrograde. I mean, unless you've been feeding into your own toxic habits, dodging responsibilities, or procrastinating and not doing your shadow work. And oh yeah, here's the response. The response to that message was, girl, you best handle your shit. I'm panic cleaning my house today. And one of the other girls said,
what does panic cleaning have to do with electronics? I'm confused.
She said, get things done, plan ahead, have backup plans. Like that was just her, in case
the vacuum goes on the fritz.
Right. You don't need it. There. But yes, so one of the girls was hilarious though. She goes, so we should just cancel everything and stay inside until it's over. But I don't know how I feel about it. I do hear about it a whole lot, and when things start going awry, it does almost seem sometimes that things start going awry for people around the same time. But I don't know, is that just us putting off weird vibes, or
it's entirely possible, because everything is energy. So if you're panic cleaning, you're literally putting panic energy everywhere in your house. I mean, the part of me that's going cleaning, yes, but the panic part, maybe not so much. Did I tell you I went over to my friend's house over the weekend and helped her clean?
No.
Oh. So my friend, she's in her 70s, and she's seen my house, and we've got to post pictures someday. I will show you.
Yeah, I need to see some pictures organized of your cabinets. Yes.
Well, and these ding dongs on organized edit or something like that. I'm like, girl, I've been doing that shit for 20 years. You mean if I'd have filmed everything I did, I could have a show? So anyway, so she invites me over for dinner and she said, I'd like to talk to you about what you would charge me to clean my kitchen or organize my kitchen, not clean it. And so she was pup sitting her neighbor's dogs, and my Trixie loves to go over there and play with them because then they can run around in the yard and do doggy things. And we didn't let them stay out in the yard too much because it was bloody hot. But I said, I came over early and I was dressed to organize. Which, if anyone knows me, it's very much like how I dress to go to Disneyland, because Disneyland is 24,000 steps, as many rides as we can get in a 12-hour stretch. And it's a workout. So you wear your good shoes with your arch support. You don't wear no stupid flip-flops. You're in tanks, sport bra, you know, workout leggings, capri or fully, depending on the time of year. And so I was like, you know, and I had a little bit older t-shirt on. Yeah. And she said, oh, we're going to do this now. I'm like, yeah, no time like the present. And I should have taken before and after pictures. So right. We did this one section, and I organized all her spices, and I cleaned, the stove was clean and everything, but the area over it, and she had cabinets that had glass, and she had some pretty like tea sets and things like this. That she goes, I don't want to make these functional. I want to keep them pretty because I like to look at them, you know, when I'm cooking. And I said, let's make a compromise. I will put stuff in front of the spices that you have, so you still have the pretties. And in so doing, so I found down a cookie jar, these pumpkin cookie jars and salt and pepper shaker. And there must have been $100 in there. And I was like, are you serious? You have cash like stuffed in here. What is this? And she said, oh, I was wondering where that went.
So did she know it was in the container and couldn't find the container, or did she not remember where she put it?
She didn't remember where she put it. She knew. She goes, it's for her grandkids because they do recycling, and then they take the recycling and they put that in. And so I was like, I told you I'm good luck. So that's a different kind of cleaning. Anyway, and then she bakes Christmas cookies. And yes, we're off the rails. We will wind back. I promise. Got to tell a story. So she makes Christmas cookies every year, and with her sister. And as I was cleaning her spice cabinets out, they found, I found all this. She had doubles and triples of a lot of spices.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. And one of them, which isn't a very common spice, is one called anise. Do you know what that is?
No.
Anise or star anise is it tastes like licorice, like black licorice, that flavor. Yeah, not my jam either. But in certain, like I'm German and she's German, in certain German cookies, it's an essential seasoning. And trust me, a little dab will do you. So anyway, I found one of these, then I found two, and then I found 3 and 4. And I said, I swear to God, if I find one more of these, we're going to have to take a shot.
Please tell me you did not.
And I'm not completely done with her kitchen, so more shots may be had. And then I found another one, and this was a huge one, like 8-ounce bottle.
Oh my gosh.
And so she took a video of me taking a shot of Jack Daniels, and I don't drink the dog liquor usually. And I adorably washed it down with Coke Zero. So it's kind of a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
But it was, so I love that. I love organizing. And we just had the best time because I mean, that's just how my brain works. Like, let's no round containers because they waste precious real estate. Everything has to be squares in my universe. Let's put likes together. Like we separated her stuff, savory versus sweet. And she goes, what's savory again? I said, savory is like dinner and sweet is like dessert, you know? And so we separated all of her stuff by her baking stuff and her other stuff, and you know, made her pretties all organized and everything. So it's functional and pretty. And so that was a different kind of cleaning than your friend's panic cleaning. I don't hate her for panic cleaning. But by the time, so it was like 9 to 2. And by 2 o'clock, she was toast. She was like, no, girl, I can't. She goes, do you want to take a nap? And I was like, no, I'm going to go home and do some of this in my house. She says, I'm going to take a nap.
Right. Right. You're more than welcome to stay, but I'm going to nap.
So I offered to come back on Labor Day. I said, I have the day off. You want some more? She goes, so I wore her out, and it will be a while before we go again. And
all she dare asks you about organizing.
Well, she's been asking for a year. I started helping her in her garage.
I remember you telling me about that. That was what, a month ago, maybe? A little more than that? Yeah, sometime over
the
summer.
It's been a little bit, yeah. And she said, you cannot go in the garage. And I was like, I wasn't going to. She goes, because then you're going to want to clean that too. And I was like, no. I'm laser focused on your kitchen. These 2 counters, in fact.
Nice.
So we're going to do an IKEA trip, because my other thing is, if you're going to organize, I want all the containers to be the same, right?
Yes. Yes.
So now my daughter got the really nice containers like you see on Organizing Edit or whatever that show is. And you can get them at Costco on sale, but they're still pricey.
Yeah. Are they those clear ones that have like the bamboo lids or something like that?
They have the pressurized lids.
Oh, okay. I've got some of those, but I'm with you. I want them to all be the same, and they are pricey. So those get bought in little batches.
Yeah. So my daughter has those, but she's single, makes more than I, and lives in Denver. So I use, and you can get these at Target. You can get them at Ralph's, Costco, not Costco. They're kind of a Ziploc or a Glad. You know, everybody has, and some are rectangles, some are squares. And the key is to find which ones work in your cabinets. So I suggest you get a couple of whatever size works in your particular cabinets, right? Because you want to get as many in there as possible. Yeah. And I do the same thing in my freezer.
You have told me that. Yeah.
No, I don't do bags. No, I don't do bags. So if it comes in a bag, it's opened, it's put in a bin, labeled. So, because bags don't stack.
No, that's so funny. Yeah, we are complete opposites when it comes to organization. I would love to be all pretty and organized, but I also, Dave asked me yesterday or the day before about Laura's yearbook from last year. And I said, yeah, it's upstairs. And oftentimes upstairs happens to be like the catch-all, you know what I mean? Just out of sight, get it up there. So there was a stack, right? I knew exactly where it was. Anybody else would come up here and be like, whew, that's like,
someone needs to panic clean up here.
Right. But here I am going, no, I know it's in that stack. I know it's in that stack. And sure enough, came upstairs, right where I thought it was, snatched it. It was like right in the middle.
Good for you.
Grabbed it, went back down. But yeah, I do suppose if clear thinking is one of those things that Mercury affects, that could be detrimental during this time. I'm not sure. Like chaos.
I don't know. Well, and having everything organized and knowing where things are will help. So here's my thing with Mercury in retrograde. Astrology, for those of you who love astrology, God bless. Crystals. I've got a bunch of friends that just love their crystals, and I like my rocks. I got a bunch of them. And one of my friends says, "Do you clean your crystals?" And I was like, "No, I don't clean my crystals."
I do. I have friends that do that. They'll even send reminders like, "All right, everybody, it's a full moon. Get your stuff out. It's a new moon. Get your stuff out." I'm bad about it too. I have them. I don't do it. But
and here's why. Shall I explain why?
Yeah.
Yes, I will explain why. And this is the healing we're going to do. Because irrespective of what direction a planet spins or what time, where the stars were in the heavens when you alighted onto the planet, or where you dug up this pretty rock or this pretty rock, I believe we as human beings are senior to anything else in our space. We have the consciousness, we have the soul. If you tell me that a rock is more powerful than me, I will probably throw the rock at you. If you tell me some algorithm, of the charts is telling me my destiny, I'm like, you know what? And so the kind of psychic work I do, I don't tell the future because you haven't created it yet. I'm not one of those that, can I talk to beings? 100%. Can you? Yeah, you've done it. I've watched you. But I'm not going to abdicate my power to a rock or a notion that a planet's spinning or appearing to spin in the opposite direction. Even though your interwebs were jacked and my air conditioning went out. I have a 6-year-old car that only has 24,000 miles. I am literally the old lady that only drives her car to church on Sundays.
That is amazing, that mileage. It really is.
I told you I bought it 3 years ago with 17,000.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't even.
My insurance company sent me a demand letter for my mileage statement. They did everything but make me notarize it. They're like, "There's no way." And I'm like, "Yeah."
She's saying, "Send somebody out."
They're like, "Well, because the average person drives like 10,000 miles. And I'm certainly driving more than I ever have, which is likely why my AC went out, because it doesn't get used. And all of a sudden, in the hottest year, I'm driving all over. And I don't, we're coastal and we're not LA, but our air is still gross. Our carpets get that black dust, It doesn't matter how much you clean and or panic clean. It's still that black, or that dark gray dust.
Yep.
And
dirty dust.
So the healing that I wanted to share with the adoring audience is, first off, ways that you can heal. Will it fix? I don't know. I've seen this work fix or heal electronics. I gave my air conditioner a little bit of love after they quoted me the price. So maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and they're like, we already had those, or, you get an extra discount. I will show you how to clear off, because everything is energy, whether it's the interwebs, whether it's this ring light, or the energy that runs the ring light, or whether it's our thoughts about this, everything is energy. And what we're working through in this is teaching you how to move energy, how to have command over energy. Do you watch the Marvel movies?
No, I never did get into those.
Oh my God. My kid loves them. So
yeah,
that's how I got into them, but they're very psychic, you know. So if you watch Doctor Strange and you see him doing these things and opening portals and stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, I think we can all do that. We just need to believe that we can, and then maybe practice a little bit.
Yes.
So we're going to do something akin to what you see in Doctor Strange or our Scarlet Witch. It was WandaVision. Is that what she calls herself? Is it the Scarlet? That's her character's name, but it was WandaVision.
Yeah.
Was the show on Disney Plus. So it was Wanda and her husband, her love, Vision. So Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, and she can like move energy, and she throws like these red things, and that's just chi. We practice that at Acu School.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So we would put our hands together and feel the energy between our hands, right? Like I'm doing it right now, and you can feel your own energy field between your hands. It's not something I made up. It's quantum physics, right?
Well, that's like your Reiki work, right?
Indeed. Reiki work is overlapping in that too. 100%. Yeah. So take out your pens, ladies and gentlemen, write this down. You can move energy.
Yes.
You can heal shit. So we're going to do a meditation. It's more meditation than hypnosis session, because we want you to be fully conscious for this. We're going to show you how you can run gold light through like telephone lines, or run it over your computer, or just ground your house. And simply grounding to the center of the earth, your house or your office or your car, is a way to keep you safe, is a way to kind of settle the energies. A term we used in Acu School was chi down. Chi, Qi or Ki. Chi, your energy field, your essential energy. And you can chi down, or you can calm your energy down. And it's no different than the senseis in karate school, whatever. I'm just like, guys, we're all energetic beings. Energy is everything. Let's just play around and move some shit. Let's heal some shit. That's what we do every week, right? We're here to empower you. And of course, we do it in love and light and with positive intentions. We always operate from integrity. We always operate from positive karma. We only do things to heal, never to harm, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Is it too early to pre-frame our October special?
No, I think we should mention it just because I'm super excited about it.
Since we're moving energy?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna get my space for a second. So I will be closing my eyes. You go ahead and tell everybody what we're gonna do in October.
So in October, we've got 4 weeks in October that we will be recording, maybe a 5th, maybe. We are going to do an I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost series. And yes, I am super, super excited about it, but it's going to be more of when you see beings and people talk about seeing beings, like it's not such a spooky thing. It's not an evil thing. And, our very own will be sharing some stories with us and kind of, just talking about our experiences and how to have that spirit to spirit conversation and hailing them a cab when they need to get out of here. So yeah, we're super excited, super, super excited. So I'm going to relax
don't
myself.
Be coy. You're going to participate.
I am. Like I
Yes.
said, I love Halloween. I love October.
Mhm.
Can't wait.
Ooh, let's make it a point. I have a bunch of Halloween themed t-shirts. Not that you can necessarily see my whole.
Yes.
Should we? And I
Yeah.
don't wear like hats. I wear headbands because I'm usually working on Halloween. So
Mine
should
out
we
too.
make it a deal
I mean, I
that,
got my box out. Yeah.
did you? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got bat headbands. Oh yeah. I'm getting, they're already out. Easily accessible.
Okay. So this is the time when on future episodes, we might break for a sponsor break, which is a great time for you to go grab a cup of tea or a glass of water, go to the bathroom before you nestle in for this lovely meditation. And we always put in the show notes where the meditation begins in the story time. But we're also going to be posting just the meditation only. So if you don't want to fast forward and you just want to jump in and do the energy work, bada bing, bada boom, we are preparing that for our lovely listening audience as well. So with that being said, are you ready, Kaylyn? For the listening audience, she did 2 thumbs up. I love you so
Already
much.
muted. I was getting in the like, relaxing the shoulders.
Where's your cat?
Let's not invite him to this.
There. Because we will be moving energy.
Yes,
so
he can come in October.
If he wants to. So for everyone, get in your chair, feet flat on the ground. Put your attention behind your eyes and in between your temples. This is your center of head space, your 6th chakra, your knowingness, your psychic space. And if anyone is in your 6th chakra with you, invite them out. If they won't go, you can do psychic napalm, push them out, whatever you need. You want to be in the center of your head by yourself. And if you already have a grounding cord, drop that one and get a fresh grounding cord. I like to use a tube of light that connects to my hips, my 1st chakra, through my chair, through the floors of the building I'm in, through all the layers of the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth. And the center of the earth can look like a lawn or a meadow. It can be a beach, it can be the bottom of an ocean, as long as your grounding cord has something to tether into, to ground into. This helps your physical body feel safe. Helps your physical body get here, be present. So if you are under the influence of Mercury in retrograde, try just grounding. Try being in the center of your head. See if that doesn't calm things down a bit. And then lastly, check your bubble, your energy field, your aura, your personal space. And look around your bubble from the center of your head, front, back, sides, over your head, under your feet, attaching into your grounding cord. And look around and see if there are any holes in your bubble. See if it's a little Swiss cheesy. Or if you've been on edge lately or disrupted, see if you have any spikes on the outside of your bubble. Maybe wash those away. And some people say, people just won't approach me. I was like, well, because you look like a spiky ball. Smooth that off a little bit and know that your bubble is protection enough. All right. And give your bubble a color that feels good. Any color but black or white. And allow your grounding cord to be the same color or a complementary color. I'm at kind of neon pink and neon orange today. I used to teach aerobics back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I wore a lot of neon leotards. Yes, I did. So be in your bubble, grounded in the center of your head, and be in present time, whatever date and day, time it is there. Date stamp your bubble. And just for kicks, on the outside of your bubble, you can use a reading screen, or you can imagine that this electrical pole or poles are just standing out in front of you. See a couple of electric poles. You see them in a lot of cities. They're a pole that is, I don't know, 20, 30 feet tall. And they connect wires. And there'll be rows and rows of them going down a street. These carry electricity from a power plant into your home. So just imagine that you have two of those poles and you can see the wires in between them. And just for fun, pretend that you can see the energy traveling along those wires in between those two poles. And if you can't imagine it, just fake it. Just pretend. You can't do this wrong. And imagine that that energy is kind of disrupted, or, you know, like static on a radio. Whatever that looks like to you. Like the energy isn't going smoothly. It's staticky or disrupted between those two poles. And then in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, imagine that you have a big old magic wand, or it could be, you know, a duster, like a Swiffer duster. Could be a broom. And just in your imagination, take that broom or that Swiffer or that duster. Imagine that the duster or broom is gold. And whatever it touches turns to that same color gold. And just like you're dusting, go ahead and run that broom or that duster over the wires going between those two poles, and see that energy, that ragged energy, that disrupted energy. See it turn to gold and see it smooth out, however that looks in your universe. Just by waving your magic wand or waving that duster over the wires. See it turning to gold. And see that energy running smoothly from one pole to the next. And know that in your own universe, you can use this very technique, imagining that gold energy is traveling through the energy wires. And some are underground in some cities that bring energy to your office or to your home. And you can give them a clean out. You can run gold energy through those wires, through those connections. Here in California, we're doing rolling blackouts because it's so hot. We're trying to avoid them. So I've been running gold over my electrical grid, and I've been fine. I've had all the energy I need with no interruptions. I've been being conservative. I've been being, judicious with my use. So when you're done and you've seen those electrical wires transform into smooth running, perfect transmission, know that you can do this very thing in your own home, in your own neighborhood. Just give it a clean out, whether it's for your telephone or your interwebs, your electricity. Just see what happens for you. Now, in the next breath, go ahead and let those electricity poles, let them disappear. And put up a reading screen, television screen, a video screen, a movie screen like you're in a theater. And on that reading screen, put a picture of any kind of electronic device. Could be a radio, could be your phone, could be a pair of AirPods. Just put any electronic device, coffee maker, microphone, computer. Just see one, or see a box or a circle, or write the word of whatever electronic device. And so just imagine any old electronic device that you want. This is just practice. So put it up on the reading screen and bring it into present time. So whatever day and date and year it is when you're listening to this, put that day and date on the reading screen next to that electronic device. That will bring it into present time. Like, oh, maybe this device just needed a psychic update. So that's what you're giving it. And then next, give that device, whatever it is, your phone, radio, television remote, your car, whatever it is. And imagine a bubble around it in all directions. Put it in a bubble and give it its own grounding cord. Ground that device down to the center of the earth. You don't necessarily want its grounding cord to touch yours, but just ground it. Sometimes this is all the healing an electronic device needs. Just bring it into present time and ground it. I've seen it happen. We used to use tape recorders at psychic school, and sometimes they would stop working. And then we would do an exercise like this, and then they would start working. So I've seen it happen. So whatever device or electronic device you're looking at, put it in a bubble, today's date, ground it. And then the next part, fill that bubble with gold energy. Gold energy is the highest vibration of all the energies. Let it heal that. So that planet might be appearing to spin in the opposite direction, but you have psychic tools. The owner of the body, you're senior to whatever's going on outside of you. You're in control and in command of what goes on in your body, in your bubble, in your space. So be senior. Be in charge. So give that device a healing. Run that gold energy through it. Let that, if it's a radio, for example, imagine that it's porous and it just absorbs all that gold energy. And allow that gold energy to heal whatever needs healing. Even if it just is purifying any aberrant energies that might be stuck there. And just imagine, pretend, intend that it works. Yeah. I just gave my gadget a healing and it started working again. Ta-da! And when you're done, go ahead and let that device and the gold bubble in its grounding cord, let it just disappear off your reading screen. And put a stick figure on the reading screen that represents you. And that stick figure that represents you, write the concept of senior, S-E-N-I-O-R, senior. You are senior in your space. You are senior to any other energies. And allow yourself to command your own energy. Allow yourself to be in charge of what type of energy you're going to hold. And allow yourself to be grounded, protected, safe, comfortable. And that your safe, calm energy field permeates into your world, affecting all your electronic devices, affects clarity of thinking, allows you to access your creative brain, your analytical brain. You can get more done with less time as you do this clean out.
Allow yourself to be positive, in charge, happy, serene, competent, capable, joyful, wonderful. Any other positive quality that makes you feel good. And let those be the prevailing energies that you're going to operate under, irrespective of what's going on outside. And allow your energy field to be so positive, so light, that you invite others to match. Let's all be joyful and calm, helpful, hopeful. Let's all be the healers that we're destined to be. Let's heal that electronic device. Let's send out the energy and the energy field of this quiet and happy place. And let's invite out anything that cannot match this positive energy. Let's be the person that we want to come home to. Let's hold that vibration. Let's raise our own consciousness. And if anything goes awry, know that how you relate to it, how you respond to it, can affect how quickly it turns right side up. So in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, wielding your tools, healing stuff because you can, feeling good in your space because you are. Allow that to percolate through your body for a little bit. And anytime you hear or think or consider Mercury in retrograde, allow that to be an opportunity to ground more, to be more conscious, to take a little more time for some self-care. Let that be a time to really be present in your space and tend to whatever needs to be tended to from a quiet, peaceful, knowing place. And then when you're ready, allow yourself to howl at the moon from a place of joy, glee, celebration. So our tools are running gold energy on an object, on an area to clean it off. To ground and fill an object with gold energy to heal it or fix it. And our other tool is to be senior in your space. Know that you are the master and commander in your body, in your bubble. You get stuff done. And it can be easy. And it can be joyful. And in a moment, not just yet, we're going to come back to the room. But for a moment, just allow this knowingness, allow this presence of mind, this clean out, this dialing into your own power and ability to transform energy. Let that sink in for a moment. know that as you feel energy between your own two hands, you are no more, no less than a character in a Marvel movie. You can do that. You can move energy, you can transform energy, and you can transform it in love and light. And when you're ready, take a big deep breath, open your eyes, stretch, and come back to the room. Yes, yes, yes. Woo-wee. Did you clean your interwebs?
I did.
I cleaned my car air conditioning.
Car.
I have no idea what it looks like. It was a box with tubes.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
we'll
it looks
see.
nice and blows cool air now, huh?
Exactly. That's God intended.
Oh, well, thank you.
Do you think people will get it? That they're as powerful as I believe that we all are?
I think so. I
hope
think so. It's definitely worth, further discussions in the future, because I love talking about all that stuff that,
Yeah.
people are affected by certain things, but I think we're probably,
Cool,
stronger
cool.
than that.
It's our great wish at Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
I'm Dr. Cynthia.
I'm Kaylyn, and this is Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.